Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, art and journal videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Commenting, liking, and sharing this on your favorite platform does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. All right, guys, this has been a long time in coming, but I've actually been a year, actually more than a year, in my happynichi, happynichi Skinny Happy Classic Planner. And so I wanted to do a flip through, sort of go down memory lane with you guys, because to be honest, I've never had the longevity in any planner system before this one, and I don't foresee my planner system changing anytime soon. I'd love to do a July 2020 planner lineup, but my happynichi and my work planner are basically it. So that seems very anticlimactic, especially compared to a lot of the planner lineups that I see. So I thought what I'd do instead is just do a flip through with commentary, because I definitely have some thoughts about some of these spreads. I had done a video on how to put this together, and I'll link that down in the description box below. And this actually went from May of 2019 through June. I just put June in there for July, 2020. The planner cover was gifted to me in a Happy Notes by Kelly, I believe. I never write anything down, and I should. I really should. But I believe this is the Glam Girl Happy Notes in the Skinny Classic size. I've taken the paper out, but I've used the covers, and then I put them on the expandable rings. So these are the thickest rings Happy Planner has. And then the Wrong planner was sent to me by both Kelly and Dee, and so that's what the background of this is. I had made this, again, if I can find the video, because I don't know what this is called, but yeah, I should have it. I made it. This is just a divider pocket that I had made. And it starts 2019. Now, this was definitely inspired by Dana from Magical Plans, because she had, as far as I know, created the happynichi system in a Skinny Happy Notes classic size. Again, I fumble with the name, but it's the Skinny Classic half sheet. And what she had done was, she had done a monthly and all of that, but she had been inspired by the happynichi. And so for the first two layouts in this, it definitely followed suit with her, where this is a happynichi style. Now, she never called it a happynichi. I don't know who coined it happynichi, but she, in her videos, she always called it a happynichi, because it really is. It's a faux, a fake happynichi. And I really enjoy this style. I like having all of my days on this side here, or you could flip it and put all your days here. And I did that for the first 2 weeks. And I really like this. And this is actually even more in line with the happynichi, because on the happynichi, on this side of the page, it is blank like this, but there is a strip that's closest to the middle where people generally put their the weather aspect. And so I did that, loved it. But then I decided to test out some other layouts. And it's funny, because this is the Skinny Classic actual planner layout. So this is the horizontal, and I was doing this back in May of 2019, which is what, 7 months before they released their own planner. But it's not like I invented this, because this literally is the horizontal layout in a classic, just shortened. So it's not like they invented anything new or I invented anything new. This is literally their horizontal layout. But I also, that was such a letdown. If you watch Game of Thrones, leave me a comment below if you agree. But then I tried a dashboard layout where you have your entire week on one page, and then this is usually your to-dos or to-buys or whatever, but I never use those. So this is my interpretation of the dashboard. This one here is sort of a modified horizontal because you've got all of the horizontal fields, but it's squished up, and then you've got a lot of space down below. I remember this because I think this was a 5-sticker challenge, and that's why I'm using some of the, this is a page flag. So yeah. And then June, I have these stickers. I picked up these stickers from Amazon. It's a bunch of botanical stickers in black and gold, and I just love that. And again, I sort of leaned into that. I usually don't use a monthly calendar, so it's left blank. And these are stickers I picked from Etsy. Not a huge fan, but at this point, what I was doing was I was doing 3 more layout ideas, and I would just keep it blank, but I would keep it in here so that by the time I was done with that video series, I had planner layouts all the way through like September. And so I would come back, you know, a few weeks later and fill this in, and some of these layouts I was not a huge fan of. This works, but yeah, it's not my favorite. And it might be because the decorative aspect of it that I had messed up with my lines. I don't know, but it's not horrible, but it's not great, but it's definitely workable. I really like this one, and again, it gives you the vertical if you write small and you don't need a lot of space, but I think I especially loved it because of all of the Monstera action going on. But this, I might actually have to revisit this layout. This is actually super cute. Now it works because I was cutting down my own paper, and so there is no middle border that I am competing against. And if you're interested in me doing another video on that, because I do have where I talk about that, then let me know in the comments below and I'll put that on the list. But that's a really cute spread. This one here, I was trying out something new and it was a different technique. So I think I had made a template for this, and then I had used some ink to make the color wash behind it, using some more of those black botanicals, and I think this is super cute. This here, this is my absolute favorite layout style, and I have recreated this, and you'll see that as we go through more often than not, because I just love the look of it. And what you can see as I'm going through this is, for me and the way that my brain works, traditional planner setups do not work. I don't like the rigidity of having a planner style one way. If you put boxes, I feel compelled to put the boxes. If you give me a blank page, then it literally is whatever I want to make out of it. And so I really love this. The boxes actually were made just using a template that I had made, and then just some really rough drawn lines. It just, again, you're going to see a repeat of this again and again, but I love this. Going into July, I believe these were flowers from a Simply Lovely sticker book that my friend Christy had sent to me. And again, doing the monthly calendar, I think more so because planners tend to have them, but I don't tend to use them. So yeah, a lot of blank space there. I don't want to say tropical vibes. Yeah, no, tropical vibes. There's a flamingo right there. We don't have those here. This is one of the spreads that I had done as a layout idea. And once I got to it, I'm like, I don't like it. I mean, I used it 4th of July. So this was a year ago because today's July 3rd. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. But, you know, that's all right. This one here, it's interesting because it definitely would have been better had I used this color scheme here. And I think I was doing a color challenge. It's strange because I literally have the planner right here, but I don't write any of the challenges that I do in the actual planner. But I think I had chosen like a red, white, and blue theme, and it is. But I think the whole... I don't know why, but this makes me think more of 4th of July than this does. Maybe because this is florals, although this is actually more nautical feeling because of the navies and the yellows. But this one I had done, I forget what it's called, but it's the days of the week here and here, and then the rest of the days here. I think it's a Dutch door. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. It doesn't work for me, but I mean, it was an interesting thing to use. And here, oh, yeah, no, I remember this one. Again, I had been inspired by, I think it's Marie Plans on Instagram, and I had done this layout again in advance, and so when I came in here to decorate, it was basically done. And so yeah, not a huge fan. I mean, it's not horrible, it's just, yeah, not a huge fan of it. And then there's this one here, and I think this had been inspired by both Tara here on YouTube, as well as Tamika for various reasons. And then we're heading into August, again, using all of the hibiscus stickers. Still did a monthly layout, and I think at this point I had not had any wrong sticker books, but Tamika from Pastries, Pumpkin Pie was doing a female-based challenge. And I know that sounds weird, but every week for the month of August, the challenge was to use a different themed female related sticker book. I think Wrong was the first week. What are these girls called? The Squad Girls were one, LOL Girls were one. So I didn't have a sticker book at that time from Wrong, but I did have a Happy Notes. So I took this out and I figured, okay, well, that lets me play in that game. This one here, again, one of those layout idea videos, and I think it's pretty. I think when you're going to do something that is ornate as this, I should have used a ruler. I didn't. I just freehanded this, and I think because these are such structured mandala type stickers, it would have been better had I used a ruler, but you guys are new. I don't do that. This is another one that you'll see again. This is sort of a porthole view, and I actually like it. I like it being flanked with the flowers there. This is actually a very busy time for me at work, so you'll notice there's not a lot of writing because there probably wasn't a lot of time. This one I liked as well, although I remember being frustrated with this sticker. This is from Happy Illustrations. In fact, all of these are, but I've seen people use the houses in their planner layouts, and it just seemed weird to me because I had the section, but the layout view it wasn't great. But I do like this. I like how the succulents, the hanging succulents, seem to be floating in its own dedicated space. This here, these were stamps that were sent to me by my friend Andy, and so I had used them and ink that I had on hand, but I didn't realize how inky it was because you can see it right there. And I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't need this to be perfect. I'll never need my planner to be perfect. And that's just, okay, well, I've learned now that if I'm going to use the ink on that particular black ink pad, that either I'll need to make sure that it is covered up by a sticker, or that I can work around it saturating, or I dab off some of the ink before I use it. And again, this is more of those black stickers that I had picked up from Amazon. Oh, the flamingos. These are also from Happy Illustrations, I believe. I think, yeah. I don't know because, I don't write it down. But I like the layout. I like it in a sort of modified dashboard layout, but it's on 2 pages. Here we go into September. And this was inspired, I think, by something I had seen from Terry. Her channel's no longer here on YouTube. I think this was inspired by her. I love that quote there. And again, that is my favorite layout. So let's see. Let's go back. So that is an interpretation of this. And I think because September was also busy for me by way of my job, the entire month I did in this layout. And it's all the same layout where you've got your days of the week on a skew, and then you've got decorative elements kind of weaving around that, but they all give different feels. So this is this version here, there is this version here, this here, this here, and this here. And this one, I remember this video. So these realistic flowers, I am not a fan of, which is weird because I like the Botanicals sticker book. But what I did was I had layered these on some full boxes, and then I used this as the decorative element and then did all of my writing above or below. And I think layered like this, I can still tell it's from the Fun Florals and my not favorite stickers, but I think it works because I've isolated, I've layered it up, and it just, I don't know. I like it. I really do. And then we go into October. Love the writing. Those black floral sticker from Amazon really lends itself to Halloween. And then at this time, Happy Planner had released their new Skinny Classic Happy Planners. And so this was a riff on there. So this wasn't anything that I made up. This was based on what I had seen that they were going to put out for 2020. And again, I want to say this was the Botanical sticker book. In fact, this entire month of October was done with the Botanical sticker book. I think that's the challenge I had made for myself. And so that's really pretty. Again, there's that porthole action that I was telling you about. And this one here, and it's strange when you look at the decorations, and I guess because the layout changes from week to week, you wouldn't necessarily know that this was the same sticker book used for the entire month. But it was. And that's so interesting to me. Oh. So pretty. And oh wow, that's bright. Okay, well, that happened. And then November, this design here was inspired by Christy. Christy had done something similar in her planner. I think it was a classic though. She pulled it off a lot better than I did. I'm actually not a big fan of this. I like the concept of it. I didn't like my execution of it, but whatever. Again, I'm not looking for perfection, and it's gonna stay. Again, try to do the whole tracking thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is from Stargazer. I want to say this is the sticker book that my friend Val had sent to me. This was just based on that. I think this is the Homebody and the Homebody Mini, I want to say. Again, I really should write them down. I don't. This was also things that she had sent me. She had sent me these papers. I forget what this sticker book is. Dream Seeker, I think. The cow steer floral thingy. I'm sure it has a name, but yeah, I think that's Dream Seeker. And then I think this was from a fall sticker book that she had sent me. Yeah, I think so. And then we go into December. Melikaliki Maka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's a song. And December actually was a pretty difficult month for me. And so I had every intention of following through with just words of the day and then doing a doodle of the day. And then midway through the month, I was starting to have issues with my legs. And so I believe there's actually going to be spreads in here where I left it blank. Oh, and Denver happened. I remember I was so focused on the lettering that I wasn't concerned with the spelling, and then, that happened. Whatever, I left it. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. Yeah, so this is really when things started going downhill for me. I was on bed rest. I'd broken out in a really bad case of hives. I had gone to the emergency room. Yeah, it was no bueno. Same thing for Christmas. I think I had done this spread. I had had a really good day, and then the rest of it, I was in bed most of the time. So there's that, nothing there. I started using this in January. Again, I mentioned that both Kelly and Dee had sent me the wrong planners for 2020, and so I just covered it up because I didn't need to see them in two different sections. And this is only for my happynichi, my regular weekly planner. I did actually keep a separate planner for my social media and business. Again, I'd wanted to do more doodles of the day, words of the day. January started out okay, and then it got bad. So you can kind of see that in here. Here I wanted to test out using different papers that did not match to see if I could do a workable spread. I think it works out okay. Same here, I think using different papers, and you can tell they're different papers by the sides closest to the discs, and see, can you make a workable spread if you're just using things on hand? And I absolutely believe that you can. And so I think this is actually kind of cute. And then this one here, I remember calling it Gothic Rainbow because it's so dark, and yet the center part is that rainbow, and I think that works. These were sent to me by my friend Kelly. I love the LOL girls. I think I love them even more than the Wrong or the Squad Go girls. I love the aesthetic of them. I think they're just too cute. And again, dissimilar papers, but it works out okay. You don't really notice, unless you're focusing on the middle section, you don't really notice that there's a bunch of lemons and limes and oranges and rainbows here, because there's really no other color other than that center portion. And that was deliberate because one, I wanted to lean into bringing pops of color, and then one, I didn't want to bring any other color in other than that middle section to sort of neutralize it. And then here's the same where there's cool tones down the middle, but it's more pastel-y. Oh, I remember this one. Oh. Yeah, I remember this video. This video was hilarious because the thing happened and then the other thing, and then it just never got better. It's funny. It was funny, but it never got better. Yeah, I remember. And then February, I had covered it up again because I was using the same planner dividers in two different sections. I wanted to cover at least one of them up, and so this was just using some scrap paper and die cuts that I have. This is actually movable. Did nothing here. February started out kind of meh, so yeah, that's blank. And that's more of the, oh, this is actually the planner, because I can tell by the thing up there. And again, when I use a planner, a structured planner page, I always tend to be very in the box when really I'm not an in the box kind of girl. I liked this because I still had to do some maneuvering because the way I wanted the days to go down the page, but I liked going down the center. I've actually done this before. In fact, this one, I'm horrible at putting washi down the middle to cover up. I'm also horrible at some of the sticker placement. When you do the florals, it's very forgiving. When you actually have actual pictures, not so much. And I think this is one of those times where it looked great. Well, I think great's a bit exaggerated, but it looked okay until I put it on the rings, and I'm like, no. This one is, I think, one of my favorites as well, and I think it's just because it looks like pictures that have just kind of been thrown on the page, and it borders on the edge here. I think this is really pretty. We're going into March, and this is actually the divider. I just added some floral elements, and I think, well, no, I know these were floral washi stickers I had picked up from Walmart, and I think I just wanted to use what was left on the roll, so I think that's why they were here. This was actually inspired by Sherry of Black Dog Designs, Plans with Black Dog Designs. She changed her name, but it's Sherry's channel, and she had done something in the beginning of March to give her some inspiration, and I thought that was really great. Who knew when I was setting this up, when she was setting hers up, that March would be the start of the months that you really needed some inspiration. Who knew? So this was actually a train wreck. This was definitely one of those that looked great off the rings, and then you put it on the rings and you're like, oh, like a os. Absolutely like an os. This one I liked. I don't like feathers. I don't know why, but I think it worked in this spread. I believe around this time, if not the very first time, my friend Tamika had sent me some stickers she had made because she does her Tuesday talks, which is fun. If you have a chance, definitely check it out. This one's all right. I like the colors at least. This one, it's the baby boy or the baby girl. They're very similar, and I don't have children, but I really liked the artwork in the sticker books, and so I picked them up, and I think this was great. I don't know. Oh, this was when the world went crazy and we started going on lockdown, and so yeah, I think I was working from home predominantly this entire, well, actually for several months. That's why there's not a lot written there. And then I did actually use the back page and wrote some thoughts there. April, again, I was leaning into that thing that Sherry did with, I wanted this to just really be inspirational. We were already 2 weeks into the pandemic here in the US. I know it had been going on quite a bit of time in other places. And so I just really wanted to just encourage myself. I think sometimes a sticker can be great by way of encouraging you, and I think sometimes a sticker is just not going to do it. This is one of those times that I really needed at the time I was doing this to just give myself some encouragement. This is when I started the 2 sticker book. I didn't even call it a challenge, but I was using 2 sticker books, and so this was Teresa Collins and Detail Florals, and then every week I would flip it. So one week I would do functional out of one, decorative out of another, and then flip it, so functional out of one, decorative out of another. And I really liked that concept of using 2 different sticker books just to see what kind of planner spreads I can get, because I think sometimes we have so much stuff that we think, well, that's not going to go and that's not going to go. And so I think just challenging yourself to just pick 2 different ones off your shelf or your cart or wherever it is, and then seeing what you can make out of it, and then flipping the script for the next week might be a great way for you to use your stuff and, you know, see how you can push the boundaries on your own decorative style. So this was Year to Shine and Womankind, and again, this was those 2 sticker books, as well as that. Again, I think it's so interesting how different a spread can look. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might drive some of you crazy. You might want to have a more cohesive planner where every week it's a very similar thing because that's just your creative style. For me, from week to week to week to week, I mean, it's a brand new day. So, you know, if it doesn't match the week before or the week coming, I don't care. That's actually nothing I've ever been interested in. But I love the functionality that I can do, but I also love the aspect of creating. And so there is that one. This little tip in here is I started doing shout outs because before, when I would do Nichi Saturday videos, and this is basically a year's worth of Nichi Saturday videos, I would film on a Saturday for the following week. But then I started, and I don't know what happened because I think I ran out of time. I'm not sure. Blue and sparkly. Sorry, squirrel moment. But I didn't film this until the Thursday or Friday night before the Saturday that I needed this video to go up. And so I did shout outs on everyone who had left comments, and I really love doing that. I really, I love just giving shout outs because you guys are amazing. But also, I've been horrible at commenting. And so for me, it's like, okay, I know I've been horrible. I did read it. I promise I read it. And I give shout outs in the following video. And I like that style. And so that's what these little tip-ins are. So since then, I've been doing shout outs at the beginning of my Nichi Saturday videos. Again, wrote some thoughts there, covered up this. This was just the cover page of a scrapbook. Not scrapbook, but a paper pad. I thought that came out really cute. I actually never went back in here, which is fine. And again, I was still doing the 2 sticker book challenge. So this is Dream Seeker and Choose Happy, as well as this. That's really pretty. And should come to no surprise to anyone that I like me some florals. And then this was, did I write it down? Glam Girl and I don't know what the other sticker book is. Botanicals. So Glam Girl and Botanicals. So there's week 1 of that one. And then the second week was this one right here. And that one was pretty, although I messed up and used the pink. I don't know what I was thinking. Whatever. And then all the shout outs. And I do keep it with the week. And I meant to cover this up. And the end of May, June, mentally was just a really hard month for me. It really was. And so I did nothing here. Absolutely did nothing here. And I think I was still doing the 2 sticker book challenge. No, for June, I was doing 2 sticker books for the entire month. So I was using Fun Florals as well as the Joanne Mega. So this is the first week, just using those. And this was the second week using those. Very happy how this came out. Third week, cute. And the last week, and this was the floral vomit where I just ripped out a bunch of sticker pages that only had 1 or 2 floral stickers and just used them all just so I could use all my product and see if I could do it. And I think it worked out well. And I definitely would like to try that again with some of my other sticker pages, but I'll have to go through all of my different sticker books. The thing with the way that I do my planning is I tend to, because my space is so small, have an idea before I start filming. Not so much of the layout, but just what products I want to use. And then I tend to only use that. Sometimes when I'm watching videos here on YouTube, they've already pulled the stickers from like 7 or 8 different sticker books. And I think that gives you a wealth of possibility so that you actually know more intimately what's in your stuff. So like for the month of June, because I was only predominantly using those 2 sticker books, this might have actually worked out better had I used other sticker books, but you know, that wasn't part of the challenge, and so I didn't. So I like the style of just using 1s and 2s because you really get to focus on what's in those. But I also think there is a lot of merit on just pulling, 8, 9, 10 sticker books, even if you're just pulling 1 or 2 stickers out of that book, just because it makes it more cohesive. I think that's really what it is. I think a lot of different planner channels are way, 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 way more cohesive than I am. And do you know what the downside? Okay, this is July, because this says the day, but it doesn't say the month. So luckily that was there. So let me put this back, and there's just a little bit more of this video, and then I'll let you guys go. All right, guys, so I wondered what I would do with this planner, but just going through the flip through with you guys, I'm going to keep this. Not so much because it takes me down memory lane, because if I wanted to do that, I could just put a playlist up of my videos and I could just watch that. But I think this gives me a lot of inspiration of different layouts I'd like to revisit. If I could do it better, if I would change it, what would I do for this? What would I do for this? I think this is definitely something that I can use, if not functionally, because you know these aren't the days or the months that I need, but it just gives me an idea. Okay, so this is what I did this week. What could I have done better? As well as, like I mentioned, give me inspiration on how to do things if I am coming in a creative rut. I don't know that I'm going to keep it every single year, although again, because I am doing this in more of a free-form bullet journal style, from year to year, they're going to look different. And I don't know why that just does it for me, but it does it for me. I'd love to know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Thank you for all of the love and the support that you've shown me these past few years. Come October, I'm making 2 years here on YouTube, and I'm thankful for all of you. I enjoyed this. I mean, it was really chatty. I don't think I mentioned that it was going to be chatty at the beginning of this, but if you guys are still here, Bucky and I are just tickled and just through the roof of just all of the love and support that you guys continually show us. And as always, aloha.